Hello and welcome to part 3 in this short series looking at the VLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. Up to now we've concentrated on using VLOOKUP to find an exact match in a data table, but this time we're going to look at the other way you can use VLOOKUP, which is to find a close match. Now that isn't strictly true, as we'll see when we put the function together. So what I'm going to do is just put a VLOOKUP function together first of all, and the idea here is, as you can see, it's a fairly typical example that we've got some examination results, and all we want Excel to do is to provide a grade automatically based on the result of the test, and the information will come from this data table over here. So we'll set the function up then and you'll see how it all works. So again, first thing we do obviously is select the cell we want the result to appear in, and then we start to type the formula. So it's equals VLOOKUP, open the bracket or parentheses, and the first piece of information, as you should know by now, is what is the piece of information that Excel will use to retrieve the data from the data table. And in this case it's the information in column B, so I'll click on the first value there, B4, type a comma. Next thing we need to tell Excel is where the actual data table is, and it's over here, so just need to select the range. As you know, you could name this range if you want to, but once you've selected it, a good idea is to make it an absolute reference. Once you've selected a range, the easiest way to do that is to press the F4 key on the keyboard to put little dollar signs around to make it an absolute reference, comma, and the final piece of information Excel needs to know is what column is the data that you want coming back from, and in this case it's column 2, the grades, and so we type in the number 2 there, close the bracket or parentheses if you prefer, and click on the tick. Now we get the grade D. Now I just want to show you why calling it a close match is inaccurate. If you look at the result of the test, it's actually 58, and if we go over to our data table and if we manually look which is closest to 58, well, as far as we would be concerned, it's the number 60. So we might give grade C because 58 is closer to 60, but that's not how examination results work. As we know, it actually is based on a value between two numbers, or a range of values between two numbers. So for example, if you score anything up to 39, you'll get an F. Anything up to 49, you'll get an E, and so on. And so what Excel does, it takes the number 58 and it looks at the data table and it finds that value in a range between two other values. So in this case it's finding 58 between 50 and 60, so it says yes, it's between that range. Then Excel returns the value that corresponds to the lowest number in that between the range, so in this case it's 50. So it goes back to 50, brings back